So here's the art of taking an aspiring tour player to another level to where he can compete much more consistently uh, on the tours he's going to play this year. On the right here, we have in blue what he came doing, and on the left, we have after 4 days, 5 days of training, an hour or two a day. And it wasn't so much that it was training reps and practicing and biofeedback or anything like that. It was more just concepts, understanding how you input to the club, and we talked about some movements of the body to facilitate what we wanted to do with the club. And what I want you to notice here is in the initial part, you could just take a look at some of the numbers. You can see he had a path that was usually within 3 to 5 degrees inside out with not much of an angle of attack. You can only imagine when you swing more from inside out, it's much more of a sweepier shot. And you'll notice that he launched the ball into 23 to 24 degree range with his iron, middle iron there. So we definitely brought that down. You can see the initial launch now is 18 degrees. We track that with a launch monitor each time. But you can see the path is much more closer to zero. We have a totally different attack angle. And what you're going to see here is as I move him through the downswing, you're going to notice a completely different virtual center. So you can see here at 90, which was our target, versus 98, there's a big difference in where the body is. And you could see how much more forward the center of his pelvis was here. So he is just going to continue to drive the center of the pelvis forward in the blue versus where he is now. So this should make a huge difference, especially with his driver. He was capable on the course of really knocking a driver way to the right every once in a while or hitting a snap hook. So here you could see a different, this is pretty graphic difference in where the virtual center of the body is. How much more open the rib cage is here as well. Green means rotation, red means forward bend, blue means side tilt. And what I want you to pay attention to here is also the kinematic of the roll of the club. So that would be the kinematic of the club twisting about itself. And you can see what we did was we dropped it about 600 to 700 degrees per second. And that's important. Whenever you see somebody over 2,000 or even over 1,900, there's always an area that you could find to improve on that. And you can see how the positioning of the virtual center of the body is a big indicator of what that grip roll is going to be. So we look for this. This is now in a much more of a tour range here, which is definitely something we were trying to do. So now when you'll see a huge difference in how the lower body is acting post-impact. So here you can see he continues to have that center of the pelvis move this way while the upper body continues to kick the virtual spine back or the virtual center back. And you can see a totally different stress on his back. Now he's young, and for him to have back pain at his age and wrist pain tells me a lot. So you can see there's a totally different pressure that he was putting on his back here, and his wrist should feel a whole lot better as he continues to make a better body move through it. So it was a good couple days. He did a really good job, and we're looking forward to following him, and hopefully he could finally break through on his dream of playing for a living. Good job.